Hey, did you eat yet? I'm Victor, and today we're exploring the rise of Texas-style barbecue and how it's starting to take over the Bay Area. My first trip to Texas in 2017 introduced me to smoked brisket, and that first bite completely changed my perspective on barbecue. When I got home, I got myself a smoker, and learning to smoke meats, especially brisket, became an obsession. Texas-style barbecue is all about simplicity, patience, and perfection, with a spotlight on the Texas Trinity: brisket, sausage, and ribs. It's a craft rooted in simple seasonings, quality cuts of meat, and hours of slow cooking over wood smoke to create tender, smoky, and flavorful meats. Aside from the delicious barbecue itself, it also brings people together, and that community aspect is deeply ingrained in Texas culture. These days, you might not have to travel to Texas to experience it. More Bay Area pitmasters are embracing the traditions, blending classic techniques with the region's diverse cultural influences and fresh local ingredients. The result? A vibrant barbecue scene that honors Texas roots while pushing the boundaries of what barbecue can be. In this episode, we're meeting 3 Bay Area pitmasters who are putting their unique spin on the craft.
I've never seen a food culture like Texas barbecue anywhere I've traveled. People will literally line up for hours just to taste this brisket. I think it's that devotion to a certain type of food that's really hard to find here that makes Texas barbecue unique, and the fact that people of different economic statuses, backgrounds, all that can kind of put their differences aside and enjoy something common.
Together, they're proving that Texas-style barbecue not only thrives here, but also can evolve in exciting new ways. Breakwater BBQ isn't just one of the best barbecue joints in California. It's also one of the Bay Area's pioneers in embracing authentic Texas-style barbecue.
I am Wyatt Fields, owner of Breakwater BBQ here in El Granada, California. I am from Half Moon Bay, El Granada to be exact. Born and raised here, moved up to San Francisco for cooking, bartending, butchery, interning, ended up coming back to start the barbecue joint.
The menu is built around the staples of Texas barbecue, and Wyatt prepared an incredible platter for us. The brisket stands out with its beautiful, smoky, flavorful bark. It's tender, juicy, and the fat's rendered perfectly. The ribs and sausage are equally outstanding, and the turkey and chicken might just be some of the best I've ever had from a barbecue spot. But let's talk about these sides.
The goal was to bring real Texas-style barbecue experience to the coast, and also kind of fuse the local produce and vegetables with the barbecue, work with local farmers, keep pumping out brisket, ribs, sausage, all the Texas-style favorites.
We got the smoked brisket chili, beans and greens, and the mac and cheese. And these are some of my favorite sides I've gotten from any barbecue spots in a long time. Outside of the barbecue staples, Breakwater's menu also has a lot of other delicious items, like their Breakwater burger, made with a ground brisket patty, caramelized onions, chopped smoked brisket, and more, served on a soft bun. I also really enjoy their Baja fish taco, beer-battered local cod with an apple cilantro slaw, smoked aioli on a corn tortilla. A great example of their use of local ingredients.
I fell in love with open fire cooking. That led to brisket, and then that kind of became our specialty around 2014 with our catering company. I fell in love with that was the #1. That gravitated into making house-made sausage. I think it was just an organic evolution into barbecue. Just the wood, the smell, the fire, kind of also like the pain and the suffering sometimes that barbecue can bring out, but it's worth it in the end when you get that product and you're happy with it. There's a lot of mishaps sometimes, and it's trial and error, but you start getting a product that you love, and then that's what kind of keeps you coming back to it. It's kind of like an addiction in a way.
And this addiction has turned into something bigger, being recognized as one of the best Texas-style barbecue restaurants outside of Texas by Texas Monthly, and always being mentioned amongst the best in California. With Breakwater BBQ planting its roots in El Granada back in 2020, it's continuing to grow in this local community along the coast.
Breakwater BBQ has been alive since 1 week before the pandemic. Somehow we made it out alive. We wouldn't be doing this without our awesome crew, everyone who runs the counter, dishwasher, the cooks. If you're in barbecue, you're only as good as the guys that you got, and we got a great crew.
If you're passing by the El Granada or Half Moon Bay area, you gotta make a stop at Breakwater BBQ. Fikscue is renowned for its unique fusion of halal Texas-style barbecue and Indonesian cuisine. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Fik and Rekka a little bit over the last year since they opened their doors in Alameda.
Hi, I'm Fik. I'm the owner-operator of Fikscue Craft Barbecue out here in Alameda, and I make barbecue. Fikscue is Indonesian Texas-style barbecue fusion that we started 4 years ago. Barbecue is always a hobby of mine. My wife Reka likes to cook Indonesian food. I would always have a lot of leftover brisket and she would recook it into her dishes, and that's how Fikscue started.
What began as a backyard hobby for Fik has exploded into a full-blown barbecue restaurant, making some of the best barbecue you can find in the Bay Area. With a halal Texas-style barbecue menu, their smoked meat options include delicious smoked brisket, beef ribs, smoked fried chicken, and a jalapeno cheese beef sausage. Everything is delicious, and every weekend, there's a long line of people waiting hours to try Fikscue, especially for those smoked dino ribs. It's massive, meaty, completely indulgent, and easily comes off the bone. And while the Texas-style smoked meats are great, what truly sets Fikscue apart is the Indonesian menu, which was created by Reka, incorporating barbecue meats into popular Indonesian dishes, like my favorite, the rendang plate. Flawlessly incorporating smoked brisket into a curry made up of coconut milk and spices, served with rice, kale curry, and a spicy egg.
I got into the Aaron Franklin videos and YouTube about smoking meat, and then from then on, just experimenting with that. We took our first trip to Texas in 2017, had my first smoked brisket, and from then I was like hooked. I gotta try to recreate it.
Starting from Aaron Franklin's YouTube videos, to trips to Texas, to opening Fikscue as a pop-up, the journey has been amazing to watch. Fik and Reka's operation has been recognized by a ton of huge publication over this past year, including Texas Monthly, New York Times, and Eater.
I think with barbecue, my whole thing is just to share. Share our passion, share our culture, our cuisine. The great thing that I love about barbecue is most of the people that I came across, especially the Texas-style barbecue people, they're always so open. I ask them something, they tell me. And I want to give that same energy back, basically.
Catch Fikscue in Alameda, with a second location coming soon at Thrive City in San Francisco, outside of Chase Center early next year. Picos BBQ is a Texas-style barbecue operation in the Bay Area, run by Russell.
I am Russell Savage of Picos BBQ. I knew nothing about barbecue, honestly, and I got burnt out of cooking professionally, and I needed a fresh start, and barbecue lit a fire in me, pun intended.
I've been able to get to know Russell a bit more over the last year, and have gotten to see him up close in action as pop-ups, and it's clear how much dedication he pours into his craft.
Honestly, I had no intentions of ever doing my own thing when it came to barbecue. Maybe about 6 months before I moved back here from Texas, I was like, that would be cool to put my name on things and actually do my own thing and start a little barbecue business, because there's a ton of great food in the Bay Area, but not a lot of barbecue options, so I wanted to change that.
With the rise of Texas-style barbecue in the Bay Area, Russell actually spent some time in Texas, soaking up a ton of great experience with some of the best.
My first job was at Terry Black's. I trained in Austin, was part of the opening team in Dallas. I was looking at some Franklin YouTube videos just like everyone else. And there was a guy named Max who was working with him, Texicana Barbecue. And he's the one that I reached out to. He sent him a DM. He reached back to me a couple days later and told me about an opening at Terry Black's. And I told him, like, I have no experience. Like, you think they could hire me? He put in a good word, and the rest is history from there. That was like kind of the entry point. I was able to touch thousands and thousands of briskets and beef ribs and stuff like that, so it built those crucial reps that are so hard to learn if you're not doing high volume.
Picos BBQ stays true to the fundamentals, focusing on the Texas Trinity: brisket, sausage, and ribs, all outstanding.
The idea of transforming like a humble ingredient like a brisket into something magical appealed to me. When you're slaving away at something for hours and hours and it actually comes out well, that is an amazing feeling that I never really experienced in the realm of like the traditional culinary world. When you've screwed up a bunch of briskets, when you actually get it right, the amount of satisfaction you get is pretty damn special.
Picos BBQ will be opening as a food truck in the new year, so keep an eye out for his red truck for some authentic Texas-style barbecue in the Bay Area. I'm obsessed with Texas barbecue, and these 3 pitmasters are definitely making their mark in the Bay. Texas-style barbecue may have its roots in the Lone Star State, but it's definitely started to grow all around the Bay. With pitmasters dedicated to perfecting their craft, these restaurants are serving up more than just incredible food. They're creating community.
I really want to just share what we're doing. If I can help out people cook a brisket, then I'll be happy, because I just want to give back what people have been giving me.
Barbecue culture in general, I mean, it sounds a little cliche, but it definitely brings people together, especially if you're doing it in the backyard, at home. You're starting the fire in the morning, you tell your friends to come over maybe around 3, and all of a sudden you don't eat until like around 7 or 8. So, it's just a way of gathering around the fire. We all kind of gravitate to fire. And then just being able to cook really good food over that and seeing something that you're really satisfied and happy with, I feel like is just really gratifying. It's always changing. Every brisket's different. Every slab of rib is different. So it makes it kind of unique. You can see those changes in the product. You go travel through visiting different barbecue spots. You might love someone's ribs from another place, and then you maybe go to a different place and love their brisket, so it's really unique getting to go and visiting other restaurants, other people that are really into the craft, and just getting to sit down and enjoy that.
It's inspiring to see how open this barbecue community is to sharing knowledge and lifting each other up. Even I've learned so much from spending time with them, shadowing their prep days to improve my own barbecue skills. As this community grows, so does the Bay Area's reputation as a rising barbecue destination. I'm tired of hearing that the Bay Area doesn't have good barbecue.
There's some great people doing some really fun stuff right now. You got Fikscue up in Alameda, is doing some beautiful Indonesian cuisine mixed with the craft barbecue. Matt up in Oakland, one of the originals in the Bay Area. Lone Mountain Barbecue, great guy, came by here a few times, got the passion, really into his craft.
Lone Mountain Barbecue does a killer job. Joe of Roy's Barbecue, who I used to work with in Texas. Kevin Wilson, his Instagram is Wilson Bay Barbecue, does a great job.
I gotta shout out my homie Russell, Picos BBQ. He helps out, started out this restaurant. Tommy's Barbecue out in Hercules. Chris, Low Mountain Barbecue out in Marin.
It's a small community. Everyone's really busy doing their own thing, but we all try to talk every now and again. Yeah, it's coming. I think you'll see a lot more. It's fun meeting people, and barbecue's hard enough, so when you start getting to know the people and know how hard it is to wake up and organize the staff, and let alone get all the briskets out in time and everything, it's respect, it's respect to everyone that's doing it.
Thanks for watching this episode highlighting Texas-style barbecue in the Bay Area. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on your favorite barbecue spot in the Bay. And I'll see you next time. Peace.